What's going on? Born for Sports. New York Giant Nation salute. And if you are new to the channel, all I ask is you like and subscribe to Born for Sports. Well, here we are, Giant fans. Today, finally, after all the rumors of what might be week 1, week 2, week 8, whatever the week you're looking at, the schedule release has been released today. And the leaks are out, and I want to talk about this schedule, man. I want to talk about a couple of things because at the end of the day, you could say that this schedule is here and the Giants season is right around the corner, baby. Yes, sir. And I can't wait. Hey, we all know the challenges of this schedule, but it's still that time of year that we're going to get excited as fans, man. And, hey, no secret, the Giants have the toughest schedule coming into the season this year. And you could say that this season is going to be real interesting. There's been talk about the coaching staff regime on the hot seat. Honestly, after what I saw during the draft that I'm pleased with overall as a whole of the picks they made and everything like that, and the offseason and free agency, the Giants really move like they are not planning to do that, to make this a winner or else type of season as we first probably thought. And why do I feel like that? Well, we just drafted Jackson Dart to be the quarterback of the future. And if you're going to make a move like that, it looks like not a good, wise thing to do to switch regimes like that. And hey, we're going to see what this regime, what this coaching staff is really about, because I think this Giant team is much improved. I think all of this talk about how, listen, we know the schedule's a challenge, but this quivering and all of that about over the schedule and what the season's going to be, I think us as fans, we got to say, hey, let's see what we got here. The talent is better. The talent is better. And the biggest question I have for the season is, when will we see Jackson Dart? Now, I know the plan in a perfect world is Russ plays well, the team plays well, we win games, and we're in the playoff hunt, and we don't have a reason to make a quarterback change. But, hey, generally I have to go by past history with how the Giants do things. I expect to see at least a little something of Jackson Dart sometime this year. But like I said, it has to do more with how the season is going for this team. And if they're in the playoff hunt after all, you know, and I don't know if that's going to happen. I have optimism with this team, but I don't know for sure. So we will see. So my biggest question, when will we see Dart sometime during the season? And I have a little hunch where I think might be that time, and we will get into it in a moment. But let's talk about this schedule, man. And season opener is at the Commanders. Let me first say this. I am seeing way too much praise for the Commanders, okay? And I'm going to tell you something. I'm not here to hate on the Commanders. I'm not. They're a solid team, okay? I love what they have and what that rookie quarterback, Jaden Daniels, showed in his rookie year. But it's year 2, baby. It's year 2. And we're going to find out where his learning curve is as an NFL quarterback. Because now the league got tape. They got tape. Commanders had a great year. They outkicked their coverage, in my opinion, and they got to the NFC title game. Whatever. Good for them. But as a fan of the game and as a longtime NFL fan that I have been, not just a diehard Giant fan, we all see year 2 is when that sophomore slump happens. It's a real thing for quarterbacks, young quarterbacks. And on top of that, teams adjust around the league. They know what to expect from you. And history has shown with a Cliff Kingsbury offensive scheme, year 2 and 3 is when they make the adjustments. He didn't show that he did great in adjusting to what the league threw at him, and he lost his job in Arizona. So we're going to find out about the Commanders here. And, hey, I'm not scared of these mother effers, man. I'm not. If y'all Giant fans or whoever out there want to crown them, you crown them. I'm not. I am not scared of the Commanders. First of all, their defense in my opinion, did not take a big jump from last year to the offseason as far as the talent added. I got to see it to believe it. Dan Quinn is a really good defensive coach. We know that. Solid head coach, real good defensive mind. But the talent influx, I got questions on that defense. I want to see year two under him and with what they have out there if they're going to make a jump and become a better unit. Okay, because I think it's not going to come as easy as it was last year for Jaden Daniels. So I'm not afraid of him. And if you really break down the two teams, you can make the case the Giants have a lot of talent and better talent around the board than the Washington Commanders. Yeah, I said it. Better talent. I think our defense is better. Okay. All right. We got the best wide receiver in the division. Terry McLaurin's no slouch. We got the best wide receiver in the division. Okay. All right. Their running game is solid, but do they wow you? I don't see it. Without Jaden Daniels, with his RPO action, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about all that. Very comparable if you compare the two teams' running game. Obviously, they have the edge right now in quarterback, okay? But Russell Wilson being the starting quarterback of this team, I'm not here to say he's the Seattle version of Russ, but you know what? We should get a better quarterback play from Russell Wilson than we've had in a long time as a Giant fan, okay? Adequate quarterback play. Efficient quarterback play is what I'm asking for, and I think he can give that at least. So, hey, I'm not afraid of the Commanders. I'm not. So we're going to see. So y'all want to crown them? Y'all do that. Now, let's just take a look at the division, okay, at this schedule. And we begin, I should say, against two division opponents. Week 1 to 4. Let's break it down. At Commanders, at Cowboys, and then Chiefs at the home opener on Sunday Night Football and the Chargers. I think we're going into week 1 and we're beating the Commanders. Mark it down. I think the Giants are going to be ready for that game. I'm not sold on the Commanders defense, and I think this Giant defense is going to show this year that they got the talent, and eventually week by week, they're going to become better and better, and they're going to end up with a top 10 unit or higher. I really feel like that. With the addition of draft pick of Abdul Carter, who's going to be an all-world talent. You got a returning healthy Dexter Lawrence. You got Kayvon Thibodeau on one side, okay? You got Brian Burns coming back, okay? You saw the addition Golston from the Cowboys, okay? All right? Our third-round pick, Alexander, I think he's going to be a really good find, and I expect him to eventually push and become a starter next to Dexter Lawrence. Okay, this D-line is for real, man. I'm telling you guys, best D-line in the division. I said it last year, and I definitely think it this year. Okay, this defense. Then you look at free agency, and you got the additions to the secondary. Okay, I'm loving what I see from this defense potential, and I think they're going to be solid. I think they're going to be really good. So listen, I'm gonna start it off with a win against the Commanders. I think we'll probably drop at Dallas, okay, because, hey, we all know what happens anytime we go to Dallas. They should get Dak Prescott back as well. We all know how tough it is for us to win in that building with the reps and all of that. We'll see. But I think we'll split the first two division games. Our Chiefs home opener, I want to see what the Chiefs are about. I want to see what's going on with that hangover, with that Super Bowl hangover, okay? However, it's early in the season. I know Andy Reid's they're gonna have some guys back healthy for them. But I got questions about their O-line. I think this is gonna be a competitive game on Sunday night. Home opener. I got questions about that O-line with the Chiefs and see if they're gonna be ready to go. I gotta see. All right. Chargers coming to the West Coast, from the West Coast to the East Coast. Probably an early 1 o'clock game. Hey, we all know California teams do not do well. They do not do well traveling to the East Coast to play a 1 o'clock game on the road. So, hey, sign me up for that. So I think we'll beat the Commanders. We'll split with the Commanders and Chargers as wins, and probably Cowboys and Chiefs will take a loss. So I'm gonna start off the season with 2-2, and I think this is very important for the Giants with the schedule. They cannot start 0-4, obviously, or 1-3. They have to split those first 4 games, and I think they will. It's very important going forward for this team to start off fast and start off competitive and do not have our season end before Halloween. Very important. And I think the Giants are going to do that in those first 4 games. Now, weeks 5 to 8, the next quarter of the NFL schedule. You got at Saints, Eagles on a Thursday night, at Denver, and then Eagles again. I think this is probably the most challenging part of the schedule for this team, because you got the Eagles twice in 4 weeks, and 2 of those games are tough on the road, man, at Denver and at Eagles, man. Now, I'm expecting a win against the Saints. I think the Saints are going to suck. I think without Derek Carr, I'm not sold on that Tyler Shuck crap. We'll see what he's about. Rookie quarterback. Their quarterback room is probably the worst in the NFL right now, okay? I think the Saints are going to be a bad football team this year. And I think we go into New Orleans and we win that game. Eagles Thursday night football. Short week. Tend to favor the home team. And guess what, folks? I'm picking an upset. I think the Giants are going to beat the Eagles on Thursday night at home. I think they're going to have some juice and start the season at 4-2. And I think the Giants are going to be ready. Listen, the Eagles, we know how formidable they are. They are the defending Super Bowl champions, okay? We know they're going to be ready to go, but they have lost some players and some coaches after this offseason. And I think they're going to probably start off a little slower than people expect and eventually turn on as the season goes. Obviously, they're the team to beat, but I think this is the spot the Giants get them on a Thursday night short week. Riding high with momentum, coming off a Saint win and most likely a 4-2 start, in my opinion. I think the Giants win that game at MetLife Thursday night. Now, the next 2 games, I don't feel great about. At Denver, they're going to have extra time, but I think that Eagles on a short week is going to be a bloodbath physical game, and I just think at Denver is just a prototype letdown game for the Giants. I just think that's a game in the past that they lose. I hope they win, but I think they're going to get tripped up in Denver. Also, Russ returning to Denver, where Sean Payton got rid of him. You saw how he did him kind of dirty in that season when his first year over there, when Payton took over, sat on the last few weeks, and they released him in the offseason. So I just think that's a letdown game for the Giants. At Eagles, I think the Eagles will win that game. I think they're going to remember losing to the Giants on a Thursday night. They'll be ready to go. And I think that's around the time the Eagles will probably start getting their stuff together. So 2-2 record in that month. And I feel like the Giants will be in good shape there. I expect the first 8 games 4-4. Weeks 9 to 12. Niners at Bears, Packers at home, and at Lions. This is going to be a test here. I think the Giants are going to finish with a 2-2 record in this stretch, but it is not going to be easy. The Niners, I think, come in, and I think they're going to lose to the Giants, baby. Yeah, I said it. I hate the Niners, but it's more about – I just got questions about the Niners right now, man. Brock Purdy, is he going to be worth the contract he's about to get? There's rumors he's about to get 50-something million or more and might be the highest paid quarterback before his contract negotiations are over. I'm not sold on Brock Purdy like that. I want to see, especially what they have lost in the wide receiver room, man. Okay? No Deebo Samuel, okay, who I know is on the other side of it. I think he's declined, but still an important part of a Shanahan offense, okay? I got questions, okay? McCaffrey returning from another injury-riddled season. How is he going to be? I got questions about the Niners. I think the Giants in their building, again, West Coast team coming to the East Coast at a 1 o'clock start. Yeah, I think the Giants get the Niners that day. I think that defense is going to be ready, and I think the Giants are going to win that game. At Chicago, Chicago's loaded up with a lot of weapons for Caleb Williams, but I got questions about Caleb as well. Year two. I think this is around the time the Giant defense is really going to be playing exceptional football in this scheme with the new players that they brought in with Holland, with Adebo, okay, to add to with the defensive line, Abdul Carter there. I just think with Okereke, I just think this is the time of the schedule. The Giant defense is really going to be coming into their own and firing all cylinders. And I think they're going to go into Chicago and they're going to win that game. I think they're going to win that game, force a couple of turnovers and win a hard-fought game in that game. Packers, honestly, I don't feel great about this game, these next two games, I should say. The Packers and Lions are two of the best teams in football, especially in the NFC, along with the Vikings. You know, I have questions about the Vikings. I'll get to that in a minute. I think the Giants will probably lose those two games to the Packers and at Detroit. Listen, Detroit is a really good football team. They're going to be having some defensive players returning from injury. Hutchinson, all these guys, I think in their building, they are really tough, going to be a tall order for the Giants to go in and win. So I think they finish this at 2-2 in this stretch. And now, final stretch of the season, week 13 and week 18 through 18. Now, as I said, one of the biggest questions I have during the season, this could be really a tale of two seasons for the Giants to start for this 2025 season. If they are winning, like I mentioned earlier, I expect Russell Wilson, if they are winning games and in the playoffs hunt, I expect Russell Wilson to stay on. However, with this schedule, there's no guarantee of that. So I have to say, this I feel like is the perfect time that I could see the Giants go to Jackson Dart and get him some opportunities to see if he can get some experience, especially if they're not really in the playoff hunt or kind of fake playoff hunt. At Patriots Monday Night Football, hey, Drake May, winnable game. It's a winnable game. Vrabel's first year under that coaching staff. They're going to be under that team. They're going to be an improved team. They got an improved roster, a little something. Had a solid draft, but I think the Giants will go up there and win, and I can see them winning that game. Then comes the bye week. Do the Giants make the change and go to Jackson Dart? I think that's when you could see Jackson Dart finish the season, because this is a stretch of games in this month where there's some real winnable games compared to any other weeks and months of this season. We'll see. Commanders at home, Vikings after that, at Raiders, Cowboys. Now, y'all know how I feel about the Commanders. I think the Commanders, if Jackson Dart is the starter, his first game will be against the Commanders. I can see the Commanders coming in and getting a win. We'll see. We'll see. Vikings, listen, I like the Vikings team overall. I am not sold on J.J. McCarthy. I am not. You guys out there on Twitter and everybody want to love this guy. I'm not sold on J.J. McCarthy. I wasn't sold on him coming out in the draft, okay? Missing a whole year, all right, coming off injury, and being a little flirtation with Rodgers in the offseason gives me pause. I'm not sold on them, okay? At Raiders, at Vegas, tough road game, especially for a rookie quarterback. Listen, we'll see. And then Cowboys to finish at home. I think this is the stretch. We'll get a 1-4 record, probably most likely because of that. But I am not sold at all. Not sold that the Giants are going to go to a whole season without having Jackson Dart play, because I have to make sure that they do indeed, okay, get a chance to go a whole season without playing Jackson Dart. I need to see it to believe it. So overall, my final prediction is going to be 7-10. Now, obviously, this is a light prediction because I'm factoring in Jackson Dart's presence. I think we will see him this year, but I think the Giants are going to be a lot more competitive this year. I think they're going to be a lot more competitive when people think. And this Giant defense will be the best unit on the football team and give us optimism going forward. Giant Nation salute. Let me know how you feel about this video in the comments. What do you think the Giants will do this season with this schedule? And don't forget to like and subscribe to Ball for Sports. Let's go Giants.